Another exciting edition of AAU Talks, and today we will be looking at the prospects and challenges of national service. In Ghana, we call it national service. In other African countries, they have specific names for that service. It's a service where when students graduate from their basic university programs, they offer 1 year service to their nation. And in Ghana, we call it national service. And we'll be looking at the challenges and the prospect. And we are so much privileged to have 3 young gentlemen who are going to share their experiences and then throw more light on the high times, the low times, and then the entire period that they spent with their institutions during their national service period. My name is Kwesi and this is AAU Talk. Stay tuned. We'll go for a quick break, and when we return, I will let you know my guest. Welcome back. I am pretty much sure that most of us, or those of you who are watching us, you may have forgotten your national service experience. To some of you, you had good time. To others, they don't want even to remember. But hey, I had a very good time during my national service period, and it was a period where I was able to make concrete decisions as to how I want my life to be. And so you can join the discussion via our social media platforms, Association of African Universities on Facebook, and AAU_67 on Twitter. And you will catch us live, and you can send a comment as well. And we will be having a wonderful show today. Now, to my guest, the first on the list is Mr. Abraham Teye Agblo Jr. And Abraham, you're welcome.
Thank you,
Great.
Mr. Kwesi, for having me on
the next guest is, he also goes by the name Albert M. Datsomor. Albert, did I get the name right?
No, it's Datsomor.
Datsomor?
Yes.
That's fine. Okay, and then the last person is in a person of Agyeman, Okyere, Darko. Agyeman, how are you?
Fine, God's grace.
Great. And welcome to AAU Talks, and welcome to the show, fresh from your place of national service. And so, in the very first place, where did you have your service?
Well, I had my service with the National Disaster Management Organization.
Okay.
Okay, so essentially what we do is that we do rehabilitation services. That's when disasters occur, we supply victims with relief items, but any other thing that they may need to overcome that circumstance. We are not trying to restore them to normalcy though, but we try to bring them up to a certain appreciable stage so that much later they can also cater for themselves. So we do that, but also we also do preventive steps. So, for example, we run a lot of education sensitization programs, the causes of disasters, and the need for them to observe such, good attitude towards it, so that they don't find themselves in trouble. So,
that's interesting. Let me go to you, Albert.
Yes.
Where did you have yours?
I did mine with Phoenix Energy Ghana Limited. They are into the lubricant business. They're doing supplying lubricants to various cars and then also industries as well. And it's quite interesting. Now I took something like that lightly before I joined them. I thought any lubricant at all is lubricant until I realized that what you feed your car, what you feed your car is what you get in return. Because people, especially Ghanaians, actually go in for recycled lubricants, which is not good for their cars, but they don't care because most of them are not driving their own cars, they are driving people's cars. So it's actually very crucial we look at how we can move forward as a country if we do the right thing, and then what it does to the environment especially.
Wonderful. Agyeman.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
So where did you have yours as well?
I had my service with Unilever Ghana Limited. one of the biggest names in manufacturing all over the world. We are into fast-moving consumer goods, so mentioned foods, home care, and personal care materials. So I wonder that we are looking forward to make everybody look good and feel good and get more out of life.
Okay.
So look around the markets, the food that we eat, what we use on our bodies and every day, the soaps we use, and everything that makes you look good every day. Unilever is the big name behind that.
All right. So I must presume that you guys had fun and you learned a lot during your service period.
Yes.
But let me first come to you again and then find out, Albert, what program did you study back on campus?
I'm Abraham. Yes, I
okay.
read business administration at the University of Professional Studies.
Okay.
What it does is that it expands your knowledge, so you are able to fit into a lot of facets. So basically, we are called managers. So you do a bit of accounting, you do some finance, you do some marketing, you know, and all of that comes together to make your course. So it's BBA, Business Administration. Yes.
So were you so much happy or excited when we were placed at NADMO? Did you find yourself so much fitted into the system, or was just you just manage the process?
I have always said that we humans exist for two reasons. One, to be useful to ourselves, and two, to be useful to humanity.
Okay.
And so you're being useful to your community, to your nation, to the African continent, and by extension, the world. And so when I had the opportunity to serve at NADMO, I thought that it was going to get me closer to the people. You know, anytime I have the opportunity to communicate a certain information to people so they are able to make an informed decision, okay, I derive a lot of joy. And so for me, I think that it was a service to humanity, which means service to divinity. And I was so grateful that I had that experience. It was such an amazing one. And I'm so grateful to God for that opportunity.
Were you excited?
I was particularly excited. You know.
No, let me ask you again. Were you looking up to having your service at NADMO, or it was just a natural placement and you just took it like that? I want that feeling, that excitement, whether you were excited or you were sad, because that is very important. People have their own expectations of where they would want to do their service. Were you excited when you had NADMO, or you were just given and then you just took it like that?
Well, I mean, I was looking forward to working in an organization where I can be of use to humanity. Okay. And so when I was placed at NADMO, I thought that it was just right and it was just on point. So I didn't complain. I didn't even go. I'm told that people normally when they are placed, they go and ask for, is it called to be changed for them, or repost or something like that. I didn't even try anything like that, you know, because...
Which of the offices were you posted to?
I was posted to
Accra?
Yes, to Accra,
okay.
and then they posted me to a branch in Circle.
Okay.
Yes, so I mean later on an arrangement was made and I was given a shorter distance because of my daddy's health and all of that. So yes, I did not imagine for a second that I would be sent to NADMO, but when I was posted to the place, I thought that it was God's own way of sending me down to people, so you educate people so they can also make some informed decision. So yes, I felt good about it. Yes.
All right, Albert, was it different for you?
A little bit. Let's say after we wrote our last paper, and then we were finally home, waiting to graduate from UPSA. We had a 3-month period, I think almost 3-month period. I used that to do an internship with Phoenix Business Solution, a startup that was now coming up. So after the internship, I believe strongly that the MD, who is also the MD for Finesse Energy Ghana Limited, where I did my national service, was so impressed and wanted those of us who were about to do our national service to actually join the Phoenix Energy. Okay. So that was where my opportunity came in, and then I joined them.
You were excited about it, right?
Yes, I was, because it was a new challenge for me. I like challenges. I wanted new environment, new field, because I'm fresh from school. I've done few internships, but I still wanted to have that feel of new atmosphere and then know what options I have in going forward. Okay.
Agyeman.
Yes, sir.
What was your story?
Yes, so mine is not so different from Albert's. I also had, we had a challenge at HR Focus Business Challenge, and then we were first amongst 3 business schools in Ghana, University of Ghana Business School, and then Ashesi University. So we met first, and then amongst the packages, we had a 3-month internship with Unilever. So as graduates, you don't get a chance to work, to intern with Unilever under normal circumstances, but because of the package, we got a chance to be there. Then after the 3 months, that began in June, July, August, and in August, then we were free. We were graduates, so I got a chance to do 1 more month, September, for free.
Okay.
Then, in October, National Service Gate opened, and Unilever gave me the chance to do my service there.
Okay.
And it's been amazing because I've seen great brands with purpose, brands older than myself, but I respect how it's emanated from the beginning and how it's serving the country. Brands like Blue Band, Annapurna, Pepsodent, Geisha Soap, Key Soap, Sunlight, and a lot. And working with these brands made me so happy, having to be a part of it, driving sales on the streets, driving people who drive the quantities in the factories, and making them happy and feel good about what they're doing, because I am at a different portion in HR, helping drive the joy for the people of Ghana and the world to benefit from such great brands, and I'm proud of that.
Okay, so Albert, Abraham, do you remember your first day at work? How was the feeling like? How was the experience like? How were you received? What was going through your mind? You being posted to NAD. I know there are some of the institutions you go there and there are no tables and chairs for you. Nobody even comes to welcome you. It's just like, oh, they are in for national service. How was that experience for you?
Well, to start with, I think that working with Datsomor wasn't the first time I was going into an organization to work.
Okay.
You know, whilst I was still pursuing my course at school, I was working. So I did more of a part-time job, you know, to give me that experience. I also interned with the Electricity Company of Ghana. So I've worked with the Oxford Research Group. So I had some experience really with me already. So I was not so tensed, except that I thought that I was entering into an environment where people may have the perception that you are a new, you know, chap, and that you have to be careful around this place. Don't come and issue instructions. I felt that people will look down on us because they thought that we are fresh students and we're still seeking some experience. So I was a bit jittery, you know, from that regard. But I think that as time went on, I felt normalized. I was okay. Yes, not more. There were some tables. There were some chairs there as well. You know, it's not that bad as people would want to paint it. Okay. It's a nice place.
I'm sure it's because of your branch or your district that you
well,
which may not be the same for others.
I don't know, but I can only speak for where I had my service, and I think that is a nice. I mean, it's a very nice place. I did enjoy the place. I didn't think that we were short change of facilities. Okay. I thought that everything was in order, except that we had a little challenge, and I think that I will discuss that with you later on as the discussion progresses. But in all, I think that the place was okay. It was manageable.
The first day you got there, you were not surprised. This is the place.
Well, not really, because I had been using that route. Okay. You know, and I do see the structure. And so when I got there, I was like, okay, so I'm finally here. I really means I wasn't so much enthused, but I was just okay.
All right.
Yes, I was just
Albert, was it different for you?
Quite a bit. I'll do it the first week. The first day I entered the office, actually we were 3 guys, 2 from UPSA and then 1 from Central University. Okay. The first day I entered, I was really wondering what's next. So,
what are you going to do here?
Yes. Well, what's next? What am I coming to do here? So then, first week, then I realized what exactly I was coming to do here. I had to read a catalog of their products, learn some few things like 15W40 and some other few technical things. Right, immediately I saw the catalog, I was like, really, this is what I'm coming for, because they were so new to me. I didn't do any of those stuff in my university, but what the university actually taught me to do was to be able to face challenges, however they come. So I told myself I'm going to do this, and then I had to learn the whole thing. And finally, we had to sell it, and it worked.
Great. Agyeman.
Yes, Kwesi. I'll take it from when I began my internship. I was there with a colleague called Richard. We all got the package. So we're from UPSA. You know how it is, like admin students, managers who wear suit and tie. Unilever gave us the opportunity to look in the code, the business casual code, where you don't have to put on a tie, the normal circumstances, just look normal and presentable. But we were so stuck to the status quo at UPSA, so we all wore the suit and tie, and then we're around. People perceived, are these guys bank relationship managers or something? And different perceptions all over. So we've been advised that, guys, just look normal, look normal. So I think Richard...
Go without your jacket.
Richard was quite, I mean, it was fast for him. He changed. I was like, Richard, we had this thing together, now you change it. Making me the only one wearing the suit and tie. Then later on, I was like, no. I think I'm being the only one doing this, so let me just stop. So I stopped wearing my suit and doing tie alone. Later on, can't stop carrying. It became shit alone. So my wardrobe changed like for the next 3 months, buying only shirts and jeans, looking so smart. And I think it helped me look so smart, because smart isn't only about wearing your suit and tie, but also anything that is presentable and cool. And I think the environment is so equal. Equality all over. The managers accord you that respect as a manager. I was with HR services, and I was seen as a manager. Nobody has to look down on anybody. It's a multinational firm, and that respect and that harmonious environment is equal. And I love you for that. Even the MD is as cool as ice.
I hope you guys are not here just to paint a good picture. I trust your integrity and credibility, so I know that you are reporting exactly what you
the MD, Mr. Yozobeton, is so cool. I mean, he comes into the offices and greets everybody. And he's an Ivorian, and he speaks Chi, says what he wants to say, how are you doing, good morning, my friend. And it's so cool to have the MD come down to our level and then commune with us, and that's amazing.
Okay, Albert, let me find out from you, when you got there, you see, I am much more interested in the beginning, because the foundation is very important. Sure. How long did it take for you to get a supervisor, and then you being told, look, these are the things you are supposed to do on a daily basis? How long did it take for you to adjust?
Actually, it was a two-way street. They were actually looking out by my behavior and then my facial expressions and all that, and how I come to work and all that. They were actually looking out for what I can do. Okay. And then they were also having maybe various prospects in their mind as well. But I lived in Tema, and then there was a Tema branch there. Okay. So I opted to go there instead in order to save cost, and which was reasonable to them. So they gave me that chance. Okay. But at the beginning stage, there was a lot to learn. We had 2 weeks to prepare us. They briefed us on some of their products and also especially about safety. Especially about safety, because the MD was really safety conscious. Okay. Every sales meeting we have the first thing we do is safety. Okay. That's the first thing we do. So I became safety conscious right after my national service. In fact, after the first month, because it got me to realize the things we actually neglecting as a country, and then those things actually was causing the bigger problems. Okay, great. Agyeman, yes. How did you have a supervisor when you got there? Agyeman, these are the things you're supposed to do, or you are just in the system? You know, sometimes people go and they start buying the watches, and after 2 months, then you get yourself a supervisor, you try to do something. What was your experience? Okay,
so immediately I started work, I was assigned a line manager. Okay. And your line manager is responsible for 1, your safety, 2, your excellence in work, and finally, how productive and how you perform. Okay. So they are so cautious on what you use your time for. They are not so, how to say, so hard on you, but they give you the room to express yourself, still within the enclave of being productive and efficient. Oh, okay.
Abraham, was it the same for you or different?
Yeah, certainly the same. You know, I mean, the day I reported, that same day I was given a coordinator. Okay, so a coordinator actually runs your zone. So if you look at the structure of NADMO, you have the head office. Okay. I mean, the district head office. Then under or beneath the head office, we have zones. Okay. So I was assigned to one of the zones, and in that zone, we have a zonal director, or if you like, call it a zonal coordinator. Okay. So straight away, I was given one, and he was in charge of my welfare. He was to see to it that I reported to work, and among other things. So yes, I didn't struggle to get one at all. I think that in that regard, it was really smooth for me.
You guys were very fortunate, I must say, because some of your colleagues were still buying Wachi, and which is not bad though.
It's not bad.
But I think you had quite a well-laid structures to go through. But let me come to you, Agyeman. If I go back to Unilever and interview your line manager, what do you think he will say about you? In terms of your productivity, in terms of your job ethics, what will he say about you?
Well, let me say what she told me when we were leaving. She said, Agyeman, I have worked with a number of people in this role as my assistant, but you have brought me intense bias for action.
Okay.
That strength to attack or that strength to respond to any issue at a goal. And then the high performance culture. Okay. Not leaving out your customer focused strength. Because I always had time for my customers, for those I was working with. I was always attending to people, managers, who needed to have their benefits facilitated process and all that. And I had so much time to go to them and seek if there's anything I can do for them in extra. And they always called me. I was a serviceman. Yeah, the serviceman is coming. He walks like one of them, walks so fast and briskly. And that is it. I was serviceable. And I believe that if you go and then ask Agyeman, how was Agyeman's performance? Agyeman was serviceable. He understood the role.
That's a big word, serviceable.
Serviceable.
Great. All right. Albert. I think it's getting interesting. Were you also serviceable?
Not like the way it's like,
Don't get me wrong.
okay.
Yeah, don't get Agyeman wrong. He was just serviceable.
I don't even interpret it. Okay, let's just say I think I was liked for my mind, especially my MD and my line manager. She liked me for my mind. She always asked for my view when it comes to maybe going for a particular prospect. When she gets stuck and it's becoming too much trouble, she asks my view. So that's what I saw. I was admired for my mind and the different breed I came to the firm with. Okay. So I was fresh from school and a few internship experiences, but I also read some few books and then analyze some few things. So I was like for my mind. That's basically what they're gonna say.
Abraham.
Yeah.
What will your line manager say?
You see, I brought a lot of urgency to the table.
No.
You see, I have always said that without administration, an organization will be filled with chaotic collection of people with no sense of direction. And if you know how NADMO operates, they give a lot of power to the zonal coordinators. Okay. It means that you have to draw your own program and you have to run it. But you see, you don't have the funds to do so. And that is why sometimes people relent in their effort to do some of these sensitization programs. And so I remember when I got there, people weren't willing. I told my coordinator that, look, we have to do this. We have to serve humanity, because if we do not do this, the dangers we'll be exposing ourselves to will be much more greater. Yeah. You know, and so I gave him that confidence, and we were able to run a lot of our programs. And I'm sure when you go there, you ask me, you tell you that, look, I brought a lot of urgency to the table, and that for me was crucial.
Okay. I don't know who your line managers are, but we must thank them for that mentorship. I mean, it's very important that when you enter into a firm, you are being mentored and you are being groomed to be the best that you can ever be. So whoever they are, I think they've done a good job. Absolutely. And I knew you before you went in for your national service, and I can tell the difference. But I'm so much interested in what you brought to the table in terms of your thinking. I like your statement that you were liked for your mind. What did you bring to the table? What differently did you do in your place?
With Phoenix Energy, it was a bit up and down. You know, there are no average movement or moderate movement. Maybe this company is full of pressure or this company is just slow. It can be slow and pressure within a second. Okay. Once a delivery comes in and it's very urgent and it's very huge, and then we have to take the product early, that's where pressure comes. And then once we have to look for prospects, that's where it becomes tough. But it's not a lot of pressure, but it's a bit slow.
You can manage it.
Yes, yes. So basically, especially my line manager, she is very good. She is so far the best sales person I've ever worked under. Okay. So far the best. Because she has covered probably the whole of Tema before I even came in. Because when I came in, I wanted to add a lot more digital agency to how we prospect. And the prospects I got online, she has covered almost 70 or 80% of them.
So you have very little to do.
Yeah, I had very little to. I didn't like that.
That's
I
you're
didn't like the
excited.
habit. I didn't like that because it gave me less to actually work with.
So whatever you come up with, it's
man.
already done.
It's already done.
So then you need to think
Further,
differently.
you
Exactly.
understand? Yeah, and that really helped me, and I like that because I had to now think differently. Aside digital, what else can you do? So I started revisiting the 70, 80 people she had already done. Some of them I asked and she told me this place is because of so and so it didn't work out. Then now I had to think differently and make sure it works out.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how it wrote there.
Great. Agyeman.
Kwesi. Well, actually, I mentioned serviceability, right? My being serviceable isn't just in vague. No, it's all about working with passion.
Okay.
You know, the fuel that we cannot see, but can take you on and on and on amidst all challenges is passion. And then it met with the program at Unilever where we call People with Purpose, where we saw from your childhood times what you were so good at, what you were doing. And then as we count the story up, we see that you can draft your purpose. And that purpose will make you understand your work at Unilever. So I did mine, and I saw that my purpose was to be relevant to all people, be valuable to them, memorable. So at Unilever, I brought purpose. And the speed at which I attach to the work I do is remarkable. I mean, I spend the least time getting things done, processing benefits and here and there, the way I work. My boss said, I know you have the energy. So add the plan to it, and then we are on. So we're achieving because I have the energy to work, and I have a heart full of purpose to achieve.
So they remember you for your passion, energy, and then how serviceable.
Exactly, serviceable. Hashtag.
Okay, let me take your view also, Abraham.
Yes. I mean,
what did you bring to the table?
Yes. So we extended coverage, and like I indicated earlier, that was as a result of the agency and the mindset that we brought on board. Because when you have a collection of people doing certain things for a continuous period of time without some remuneration, so to speak, it becomes a challenge for them, especially when they have got to do some of these things with their own resources. And so it will require that they have to rethink, they have to change their mindset, they have to understand things differently now. And I think that that was the differentiating factor, and that was what I brought on board.
But okay, so we'll go for a quick break, and when we come, we'll be looking at your high moment and then your low moment. And then we'll look at some, was it fun? Was it a period where you felt like, I shouldn't have been here? All right. Viewers, this is still AAU Talks, and we are still discussing the prospects, the challenges, and the highs and downs of national service postings. And we are privileged to have 3 young men who are recounting their story. Stay tuned. This is AAU Talks. Welcome back from the break. I still have Albert, Agyeman, and then Abraham in the studio, and they are recounting their experiences as national service persons. They just completed just last month, and they are telling us how they were treated in their place of work and how they found the service also as well. Now, let me go straight to you, Agyeman. What were your high moments?
Well, it didn't take so much time when we began. No, national service personnel, we were about 90
Okay.
90 personnel, and some were going to be on site at the factory, and then we have some to dispatch to all the regions in Ghana to work with our key distributors and our territory managers. And they needed identity cards. So I then started, and I had never sat behind the ID card machine before.
Okay.
So I didn't know how I can make ID cards, 90 ID cards within a week. My boss said, Agyeman, can it happen? I said, boss, it can happen because I'm here. So I had to start.
Serviceman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got the pictures, I scanned all the pictures, I got their names, filled their forms, scanned all their signatures, and I began one by one. And Kwesi, it would be amazing. It was amazing that within a week, I had produced 90 ID cards.
Great.
For all the NSPs to leave the factory with to their various regions to be that. And that was amazing. I was like, we did it. I said, yeah, we did it. I told you we'll do it.
You felt good.
I felt it was, counting back, it had been like a 3-week thing, a month thing. Some people even leave to the regions and now will later come back for their cards. But for this time, it was, your card is ready, go
pick it up
and work. And I think it was a big start for me to assure my boss, guarantee her that, yes, I've come to work.
To work,
and
great.
on point.
What were your low moments? Were you ever sad?
No, it's a work environment. We're human beings, they have here and there.
Okay.
And you have people saying that, oh, we know you can do better than this, but what's happening? I mean, this is killing your reputation. And you're like, I understand. And these are frustrating factors that I can't do anything about, but I will be accountable to not be able to solve these issues.
Okay.
And to me, anytime I wish to achieve something and I have challenges, things that are bottlenecks not helping me to achieve them, it saddens me and kind of brings my spirit down sometimes.
Okay.
So I had that kind of experience where sometimes things were not helpful.
Okay.
Make me achieve, and I'll still account to those issues. And that's very sad.
All right, amazing. Albert?
I'll start with my low moment.
No? Why? Okay, fine. Start with your low moment. Let's get it high.
Yeah, every national service personnel who did sales can relate to this. First month you enter with a lot of enthusiasm and all that you are going to bring something new
to the table.
And yes, and then get things running. And then first month you've not even had your first sale. Very down. Second month the same, very down. Third month repeats, very down. Because it was so depressing, and what makes it even more distressful is the way the market operates when it comes to lubricants. You know, because of the recycled product that are in the market, and also some few, let's say, I should call it bribery in the market just to get people buying from them and all that. Yes, those things were actually unfair, but all the same, from the things I've read and things I've watched, I know that the world is actually unfair on its own. So it's up to us to make it fair and to let them understand that being fair, you can actually succeed with it. So I got my first sale and it was just 4 liter.
Oh.
But I was so happy about it. I was so happy about it because it gave me so much relief that there's hope.
At least you've been able to achieve something.
Exactly. Yeah. And getting to the latter part of it, I got my first drum sale.
Oh, okay.
And a repeat purchase.
Great.
So that was my high moment, and then my low moment started from the beginning.
Okay. Abraham.
Yes.
I know you had a lot of low moments. I can easily tell.
Yes.
Because if you have floods all over, people.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of casualties.
And I'm so willing to share them with you, really.
So what were your low moments? Let's start with your low moments, maybe.
Well, I don't know which ones to say because there are so many. But let me just say one or two or three. Okay, so it has to do with the way I was being treated. And I don't know how I'm going to share my low moments without sharing my high moments first. But, I mean, I thought that I have been really absorbed into the system. My ideas were taking. I suggested that, look, let's extend coverage on our education programs because there's some people out there who are not seeing a lot of us. So let's do it. They said, fine, we will accept it, we'll do it. We went around, I said, let's organize capacity training programs for the people because people just don't know what is causing the disasters. You know, they said, sure, we will take it up, we'll do it. And after some time, the impression I got was they started getting fed up, you know, and it took different shapes and different forms. And so you could be told by a senior staff that, look, change the way you dress towards work or to work, you know, because this is NADMO. This is not an office work. So if you were putting on tie, please stop. You know,
oh, I see.
If you're dressing in a certain way, please moderate it. You know, if I brought an idea of, you know, normally we draw our program for maybe for the quarter or something. You know, if I brought it up that, look, our time is due, can we? He said, hey, you don't tell us what to do. You know, and these were the feedbacks I was getting from some staff, you know, and I felt so down because I thought that they were already getting fed up with me, you know, and understandably so, because I was just coming back from school, you know, always in lecture. I was very hot. I was, you know, I wasn't ready to be cold, you know, but some way, somehow, the kind of system operating there, you know, if you know the way NADMO operates, we have times where our work really comes, you know, during the season, the rainy seasons and other.
So do you actually pray for your work to come?
well, like I told you, we don't only work during those seasons, but like I told you, we also do some sensitization programs.
Yeah, but it appears that we get to know more of your curative measures than your preventive measures. Well, that is a general perception. You hear of NADMO when there's disaster.
It may appear so because I want to suspect that a lot of staffs don't have the resources to do the preventive measures. Okay. And that's what I indicated earlier, that if you had to commute from this community to the next one, you'd have to do so at your own expense. At least, as far as I'm concerned, and for the 1 year that I've been at NADMO, we weren't given a single penny for commuting from one area to another area to go and do a sensitization program or to organizing the capacity training programs. We weren't given a single penny. And so maybe you will not hear much of them or more of them during those times. But obviously, during those seasons, like the rainy seasons where during break of epidemics and all of that, the government is interested. And so you have to go, you file a report, you send so that they can bring these people the relief items. So I think that's why you get to hear more of them during those seasons. But like as I was saying, I mean, they started getting fed up with me, and I felt that whatever I was proposing was not flying any longer. And so I almost thought of keeping to myself, you know, but for the intervention of my coordinator, my going to work would have been, and let me use this expression, some wavy, you know. So I mean, those were my low moments when I thought that my decisions, not my decisions, but my ideas, my suggestions, you know, were not getting, you know, on fertile grounds. Okay.
Yeah. And your high moment?
Yes, absolutely. When I started, they started picking my thoughts. You know, when I suggest, I mean, when we go for staff meeting and I bring up an idea, they were like, okay, that's good. We can give it a try. And I'm excited. I mean, nothing excites me than
productive.
yes, you know, nothing excites me like you telling me that, look, you're saying a lot of sense. Let's go on this tangent. I'm not saying that you should take whatever I say, but at least, you know, it's an effort, you know, to be productive. And if you appreciate it, I'm so grateful.
You'll be able to do more.
Yeah. But over time, things changed, you know.
So Albert, if you have another 1 year to go back to Phoenix, what different thing will you bring on the table? What new thing, if you are given a chance to redo it, what are the things that you would probably put on the table? I'll give it a second chance.
If I'm given a second chance, the sales I had later on, the 4 liters and all that, I'll have them earlier. Okay. Because I know who to go to. Yes, and then also, if I'm given a second chance once again, I'll be telling my MD that he's wonderful. And he's really impacted me with a lot of safety, conscious activities that I need to take care of. Okay. And also, a second chance will give me the opportunity to actually work with another great firm again.
All right. Agyeman,
Kwesi,
your second chance?
Oh, my second chance will be that you know, Unilever is a very demanding environment. The members on the factory are on a quota to produce and then produce volume. So when they come to the HR department for their benefits to be processed, they also come with that pressure. And so I believe that I can be much more open, consumer focused, much more consumer focused, because I shouldn't give up on them. Sometimes I'm like, you guys come in so much. You can't demand a benefit so much in my mind. But I think that they deserve all that they come to HR for, because they also do a lot of work at the factory. So I should be extra customer focused, and also the way things are done, you know, we have procedures in getting things done, and sometimes people don't care about procedures, they just want things done. But having to prepare procedures well and then communicate to them, if you want this done, this is what you do first, then second is this. And if they are aware, if they're all aligned with the procedures, it doesn't put so much pressure on you. But you now understand that they know what you do first, what you do second. Nobody perceives that you are sleeping or you are being dormant on the job, but they understand that you are going with the procedure that you communicate and share with them.
Okay, I mean, at NADMO, like I told you, I was in charge of fire disaster. So I was called a fire disaster management officer. Okay, so, but we didn't
So how many fires did you combat?
Well, I am an officer, but we work together as a team. Okay, so, well, during my year, we just experienced one fire, you know, disaster, just not too far, about some 45 meters away from our office. We were able to work quickly, and we filed the report we sent. And I'm sure by now the people have received some relief items. I want to believe so. But
those are relief items.
Oh yes, yes, we do good. I mean, with those things. I mean, we give them
the mattresses. And
you see,
and
we give them what will keep them or sustain
the basic,
them. Yes. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a mattress. But if we feel that you need a mattress, surely we'll give you one. You know, that is how it works. But if I have the opportunity to go back to NADMO, look, I'll tell my people that let's do a lot more of our sensitization programs. Because when
the preventive services.
The preventive services. Because if people are aware of what causes these disasters, if people are aware that you don't have a coal pot with fire in it, and then you have a gas cylinder
closer to
it. If people understand the basics, they will not do certain things. And as far as I'm concerned, the nation, we can save the nation millions of cedis if we are able to send this education, this message out there. How to even use a fire extinguisher.
Right from our schools, the basic
right from our schools and all of these things. These things are extremely important. And that is the difference between the developed countries and the developing countries. And I hope we get there someday. And so for me, if I have the opportunity to go back to NADMO, look, I'm going to ask them to do a lot more of these programs, because I believe that that is the only way Ghana and the world will be a peaceful place to live.
Is your line manager watching?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he is.
Your line manager watching?
I can't really.
You can't really tell.
I hope so.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to another segment that is very important. How you easily were you able to translate your academic work, because you did Bachelor of Administration.
Yes.
How were you able to translate that knowledge and experience to your field? And were they so much kind of, I don't know how to put it, but were they practical? Did you find them useful on the field?
With business administration at UPSA, we're taught to apply innovative thinking to every situation that we have. We don't do theoretical, like you have the process laid down. The situation is laid out there, and then you have to analyze it. Critical analysis with rationale and logics, how we can do things, different procedures, and be innovative. So when I got to Unilever, it was a different altogether. I had not been in an FMCG before. Things were a bit faster, and we almost go to the field. We call it feet on the street. Our headquarters at Unilever is not at Tama; it's at the marketplace where we have the consumers buying our products and selling. So we go there to sell with them. We go to inspire them and make them know that we are with them in the sales as well. So things changed, but at UPSA, we learned leadership because we were group leaders. I think I was a group leader for every group when it came to presentations and assignments. And
not too surprising.
Yeah. And I managed people. I managed members of the group, their emotional needs, psychological, and how to inspire them to present boldly and be confident in what they are presenting on. Because if you are afraid of what you're presenting on, no confidence in me listening to you.
Zero confidence.
So we learned how to build teams. So my two colleagues here, if I met them for the very first time, how can I build a team with them? First of all, see what they like. Let them know that they are really intelligent people, and let's see how, let's share a common need. So Albert is concerned about driving technology in Ghana. Abraham is concerned about how we can drive a Ghana where everybody is knowledgeable. So if I see they are very core, passionate they are about, and I was okay, I also think this should be the way forward. It blends with their thoughts, and then we build a team.
Okay.
So actually, if I would build teams, because I had friends who share the same need, the same passion as I did. So we move in together, the same anthem. Then we go to the streets, we go to the fields, we see our consumers out there, we inspire them, we come back. So it's been amazing having understanding that leadership, collaboration, and customer focus has been what I've learned from UPSA. I'm so much enthused if I'm to relate to my customers and clients and let them understand I'm there for them. These 3 pillars
were so strong.
They are not forgotten communication skills, very good comm skills, how to communicate with people emotionally and orally. It really worked for me.
Now, let me ask you a very straight one. I know Unilever, they give product to their staff.
Yes.
And I know you benefited from all the products, which you never gave me. Some will look at it.
That's right.
But what were the other benefits that you had from Unilever? In terms of anything, in terms of financial benefit, in terms of scholar, did you receive any benefit from Unilever?
So Unilever has this program called Idea Trophy Africa.
Okay.
I mean, it's been championed by the HR department, the leadership department, on how we can get talent with passionate minds, with purpose, how they can drive our brands to grow.
Okay.
Now, last year I was with my team of 3 people, and we were working on Lipton, the Lipton brand, how we can drive the Lipton brand forward. And we developed a campaign called the Youth Smartness is Youth campaign, and how to make you think that when you take in Lipton, that's just a sip, you are renewing your youth.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a power of the mind to think so, because it works that way. And though we weren't able to further forward, we didn't win, but
it was a great experience.
Yeah, we inspired other members, because other teams looked up to my team and said, oh, you guys are winning. But we didn't win, so they were like, if you guys didn't win, then it means that we've learned from you confidence. We've learned from you that confidence to drive your point, no matter how it is, but you are driving the confidence, knowing that it will sell. So it helped me to develop my confidence and also my creativity, because it was a lot of work. Then moving on, I got the opportunity to learn a lot. I mean, learning is all about Unilever. We learn. We have Switch on Fridays, and every Friday we sit to learn about organizational change, HR, policies and everything. That really helped us. We have the one I mentioned earlier, People with Purpose. We had a whole day sitting together, recalling back from our youth, our childhood times, what we were doing. When I was a child, I used to share a lot. I don't care if I'll give you my shoes to make you happy and I'll cry. I'll go to Mommy, I gave my shoes to my brother because he needs a shoe, but I'll cry. And so when I grew up, I learned that it had made me more empathic. I'm able to relate to situations easier and understand how they feel and work as if it was my own. And it's really helped me. So my purpose was simple. I want to remain relevant to people everywhere I go.
So when you are the person-centered man. So
when I come here right now, AAU, I scan through. What can I do? What can I be of relevant to? If it's you, Kwesi, I'll make you understand that I'm really serviceable.
Serviceable man.
Oh, yes. So I think I more understood service. Service is not about what we feel. It's about what has to be done.
And
so we put aside the way we feel and we self-monitor ourselves so that we don't make you don't have to see the way I feel, but I have to make you understand that I feel the way you feel.
All right, amazing. These are very good psychological concepts that we'll look at them later on. But Albert, was it different for you? The benefits you had, they gave you some lubricants to sell privately.
I don't have a car yet.
But I believe when you buy a car, you can easily go there for some products.
I told myself immediately I get my vehicle, I'm definitely using their brand because they were quality centered. It doesn't matter if they have to lose a customer because of various unethical practices. And they will.
The competition on the market.
They don't care. They will, because they are interested in the long-term prospects of the firm than the short-term gains. And that is what I like about them. So it's something I took outside, because you see, it's very common when you have vloggers, like video bloggers, and they post in some videos online on YouTube and stuff. Usually they are interested in the likes and then the views they will get at the moment,
exactly,
instead of the long term. So sometimes they are propelled to use news that are not actually true, or something fabricate some stories to get some people actually watching, and that short-term gain. But after a while, people will understand that so and so doesn't bring actually quality stuff, so they'll stop. Then you lose them for life. So now you have to start all over again and all that, and that is very true. So that's one thing I'm taking away.
Wonderful. Abraham?
Yeah.
What are you taking away?
Well,
NADMO gave you some services, right?
What I obtained from NADMO is so enormous. And
you had a mattress and
really?
Bring them down, right? That's enormous, you can break it down.
You have some mattress and some buckets and everything.
No, we don't need buckets. I don't need mattresses because I have a lot of them at home.
Fire officer.
You see, NADMO gave me such an exposure that I can't quantify it. Because you see, when you begin to interact with people, when you begin to have conversations with people concerning their lives, then you begin to appreciate their shortcomings. You begin to appreciate what people need in life. And so I'm working out of NADMO, and a lot of ideas are just running to me. They need to organize capacity training programs. They need to organize programs that, and you're not just organizing, but then you're going to tailor these programs to the needs of the people. And I'm just getting to know a lot of things about people. That sometimes, sometimes you see people dressed in suits. If you want to judge them by the suits they are wearing, you get it wrong. Because when you get closer, you realize that there are so many things they do not know. Their own safety. For example, well, let me not, I was going to use this place as an example, but, you know, I can even walk here and ask you, so if there is a fire outbreak, where is your emergency center? Where is your emergency exit? Show me. And if you can't show me, I just walk out of the place because I feel it's not safe for me. And so even when we are building or putting up our buildings, we need to look at some of these things.
Safety things.
So there are so many things that I just don't even know which ones to even start with. But clearly, that is the kind of opportunity NADMO has given me. And I'll forever remain grateful.
Amazing. All right. And so, life after service, what next? It's a beautiful question. I like asking young people. Life after national service. I know you guys are looking for jobs. I know you are thinking of something. Agyeman, what is it for you?
Life after service, Kwesi, is broad. It's broad. You know, the trainings or the news we're hearing these days, so many programs out there on how to build a youth to be entrepreneurial. Everybody wishes to be an entrepreneur. Have to spot an opportunity somewhere and then get the needed fund and support to run it. But there's one thing that stays paramount. They need to have the funds. I mean, when people post it, I've heard many people saying that they've saved from when they were in secondary school, and they use that savings to run their business ideas. And I say, well, there are two things to that. Maybe you have a good family support base that they can support you with funds or friends or family. But me personally, I've got my own plans, but I wouldn't want that plan to be rushed on. Yeah, I want to be entrepreneurial, social entrepreneurship, actually, specific, yeah. But I don't want to rush it. I need support, and I need to build my capacity in how to negotiate with agencies, private sector, NGOs, on how to build it. I really want to go and then present any proposal to any NGO, any firm, and then I'll be asked to go and then give it much more work. Yes, I think I need, now that I'm done with service, I have to build it up, get more support from my colleagues, friends, and all the doctors back in UPSA to review it for me, make it much more robust. And then when I start to present it out there, it will help. Because I'm passionate about training people. We started this project while we were in UPSA. It's called Drive Africa. So we saw how we could get the youth to be responsible. Yeah, how we can empower the youth to be social resources and not vices, the way around.
So any volunteer work ahead of you, anything?
Yeah, we had one volunteer work at Medina where we did cleanup exercises around our hostels.
All right.
And we had the youth so much participating. I mean, they love the fact that they can also get Medina clean by their hands. And we want to still do more. This year we began with teenage pregnancy. And we had this alarming news from in the central region where the queen mother was like, the children of Anomabo were so much into teenage pregnancy, and they are calling for NGOs, government agencies to come and support. And I think Drive Africa is young, but we can go there, organize programs, have these ladies come around and give them a mentor to talk to them and share experience, why they should be chaste, why they should protect their pride, why they should be educational, vocational focused, and not to rely on
so there is any employer watching you, what are the things the person should look out for from you?
Well, I believe that they should look out for one passionate social icon
who can transform their businesses.
Who can transform their businesses, making them more entrepreneurial. So we need to relate to our environment much more than we so profit focused. How can we touch the environment? How can we be socially responsible? Because that also drives the business to thrive more than the profits that we focus on.
Amazing. Albert?
Drive. Drive is the only thing I'm telling the employer looking at me. I want to drive. I want a place that will get me going forward, a place that will actually bring the agency within me, not a place that will make me wake up from bed and then I really don't want to wake up from bed. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that feeling. I want a place that even before I go to bed, all I'm thinking about before I think about God is them. What next? What's next? We are in this thing. What next? What are we going to do? Not a place that everything is laid out, everything is worked out, and there is no urgency to even move forward.
You don't add any value to.
Exactly. I want drive. I don't want the fire within me to die. So that's what I want.
Any plans after service?
After service, actually, before we graduated, I was part of Inactus UPSA. It drives the entrepreneurial spirit in you to come out. So we embarked on few projects and all that. So what I realized from that is I want a particular entrepreneurial business that is me, that is me focused. That once I quit, I've quit on myself. So therefore, I need not to quit. And I've not found that yet, so I'll not rush it. So basically what I'm looking forward to is to dominate the corporate world. I want to understand very further how the corporate world operates. I've had few experience, but I think it's not enough. There are still few potholes I need to fill, in order for me to move forward. And once in between that, I get that entrepreneur idea I want to pursue, I believe all these experiences will come to play and then make it fruitful. But I hope it's soon, and soon enough.
Amazing. Then finally to Abraham.
Yeah, of course. I have a 5-year development plan.
Oh.
Yes, I do have one. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you.
I see.
Yes. I would like to study some more, but I also like to work with an organization where I can unearth my God-given talent. And then at the latter part of that development plan, to also come up with my own, business idea. I've already started something, but it's at the formative stage. I was with YALI, the Young African Leaders Initiative, and essentially what it does is that it expands your mind, so you are able to create something for yourself and for the so many people out there who need your service. And so yes, I have that's my plan, that I would want to further my studies some more, but alongside work, to gain some more experience, because it's very important. Then later, at the latter of that development plan, to also establish my own business, which I expect to run for some time, before I rope in any other thing. So basically, that's about it. I must say that the greatest asset that University of Professional Studies has given me is that administration element, because you see, you cannot go into the world of industry or the industry setting saying that, oh, as for me, I'm just an accounting student in postmodernity, so I'm just going to be focusing on accounting. It will not work because things are changing, things are evolving, and as much as possible, you must open your mind to a lot of things. And that is what UPSA has given me, that you become versatile, okay? You become very focused, yet you are very versatile, so that wherever you are placed in an organization, you are able to fit and be productive. And as far as I'm concerned, I always say that, look, education makes us teachable. You understand? So it doesn't matter if you read accounting. What it gives you is, of course, we all even know, and I'm sure we'll get to that topic, the gap between industry and academia. You can even read accounting in school, yet to go to the industry and maybe what you read is totally different. So for me, I've always held a view that education makes us teachable. And to the extent that University of Professional Studies has expanded my knowledge and makes me versatile, I think that any organization that should employ me should look out for that versatility, you know, that no matter what the challenge is, you're able to think critically and innovatively and bring solutions to the table.
Thank you so much, guys, for passing through. It's been an amazing, and I think it's been 1 hour already, listening to your experiences, and it's been amazing. And for me, I think you had great time, and you've been able to add value to the institutions that you worked with. And I was looking forward to hear the other side of the story where, oh, I didn't do anything. There were no chairs for me. You go, you sit. But I could see that whatever challenge or situation you found yourself, you were able to be productive, and you added much more value to the period that you spent with them. And so keep it up. And I know the three of you, the whole nation is looking up to you. I know the value that you can bring on whichever institution that picks you up to work with. So I wish you all the best, and I know I have to bring you back, and then we'll talk more about the future projects that you have. All right. Thanks so much for passing through. All right, viewers, it's been AU Talks, and I have been discussing the prospect of national service, the challenges, with three wonderful gentlemen. And you can agree with me that these guys have been extraordinary in their place of work. And if you are an employer out there, you would attest to the fact that they have values and they have what it takes to work in your institution. This has been AU Talks. My name is Kwesi Sam, and thanks for watching. Many thanks to our production team and everyone who watched us. Stay tuned.